Hi, Mark here from the Tangent-Bound Podcast Network and host of the flagship show, the Tangent-Bound Podcast. Did you know that we over at Tangent-Bound are always looking for amazing podcasts to promote? And did you also know that we are also proud nerds and geeks of everything from movies, music, gaming, TV shows, and comic books to wrestling, MMA, soccer, and football? Whatever you can nerd or geek out about, we've got it. And if you're interested, we can help you find it. And if you're a show looking for a place to call home, we've got you covered. Side effects may include upset stomach, dizziness, tumors, shakes, and in some rare cases, death from excessive laughter. Though to be fair, it's only sometimes. Other side effects may include diarrhea, gallstones, heart palpitations, and strong desire for cookies on the dark side. Talk to your doctor and visit TangentBoundNetwork.com and see if Tangent-Bound Network is right for you.
Hello, and welcome to the Moving the Needle podcast, where we ask, what moves you? Excellent or bogus? Did anyone do the right thing? Do you mess with the Zohan? With me tonight to discuss Do the Right Thing, Rocky vs. Creed, childhood, guilty pleasures, a test of time, you don't mess with the Zohan, once upon a time in Hollywood. With me tonight is Stephanie.
Hello.
Roy. Hello. And Henno. Yo, we want to thank you for listening on iTunes. We're also available on Spotify, just about everywhere you can find podcasts. We are, so come on now,
Google
let
Play.
us know. Email us at mtnpodcast@gmail.com or on facebook.com/mtnpod. Twitter and tweet us at mtnpod. There's so many ways to find us.
Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swaps it with Earl so it glistens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. The boys will let you know when there's a due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 507.
The sexiest podcast on the network.
Yes.
Yes.
And welcome.
Hi, Brian.
Hello, Tony. And welcome to any new listeners, or welcome back to everybody who's stuck around with us for a long, long time.
Right?
Yeah.
You silly geese.
Yes.
I don't know.
I mean, they have to be to keep listening to this garbage.
Probably. Oh, I gotta. Never mind. I'll do it off the show. I gotta get some ideas off your brain.
Oh, okay. You
know,
don't want to workshop it?
No. I'm firing on like one cylinder. So
Nice.
yes, I'm actually gonna text you so I don't forget to.
Yeah, I was gonna mention
tell you.
maybe writing it down or something. Yeah, because that would make a lot of sense. Oh, I see how it is. You're showing off, you son of a bitch.
Fuck yeah, I am.
Texting me from your computer, rubbing it in my face that I don't have a Mac anymore.
There you go.
God, I miss doing that.
It was dope.
Yeah.
Oh,
hey.
Yeah, how's it going, Brian?
It's
Sounds like a real shit box is outside my house right now.
that's fair. You can't hear it, so that's good.
No?
No.
It's not as loud as like Fury Road used to be?
No, not at all, actually.
Oh,
It's-
okay. Because in my headphones it was pretty loud, so I was like, oh boy, everyone's gonna hear the old shit box, probably late '90s shit box.
Well, I mean, it depends on what it is. Could be all right, right? No,
I'm guessing not.
no. All right, fair enough.
No. I'm drinking some peach tea right now, like a classy gentleman.
Oh, all right. I guess that's a classy gentleman drink.
Yeah. See that stuff I sent you? The picture?
Yeah.
You and Cheeto?
Yeah.
Bro. As soon as we went to an orchard yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't even remember why we went. Oh, Michelle needed to get honey.
Oh,
Trying to get
I was
local
gonna
honey.
say apples, but
They surprisingly still had a few bags, and I'm like,
nah.
those are some mealy bitches now.
Yeah. Those would be okay maybe if you were gonna not eat them raw, like maybe cook
Yeah,
them
like
down
you're
or something.
Stuff.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway.
But like any orchard, they have just a plethora of things.
Yeah.
But as soon as I saw this southern orange spiced whatever it is,
Yeah.
my first braining was old fashioned.
Yeah. That seems like an interesting move.
Just a couple dashes. you
Yeah.
know?
Mm-hmm. Have you tasted it
So,
by itself?
Not yet.
All right. I was just curious. Like,
No, yeah, don't worry. I definitely gonna, like any good person who plays with food, you gotta taste the raw ingredient.
yeah. No matter how, like, it's one of my favorite things on Chopped when they're always like, well, I got to taste this. And it's, like, I don't know. It's like fish asshole sauce, basically,
Exactly. Foot sheaving.
Yeah. Like, ugh.
Yeah,
So-
I'm old fashions, Brian. When are we doing old fashions?
Sign me up, man. I'm in for whenever. So here's
I'm
something
gonna-
kind of
I'm gonna
weird.
Keep that. I'm putting a pin in that.
All right.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Yeah, I'm in, dude. You know I like an old fashioned or six.
All right.
So have you seen? Probably not. But so Dunkin' Donuts right now is advertising that they have. I'm sorry, Dunkin'. They're not Dunkin' Donuts anymore. They're just Dunkin'.
No,
but-
they're always gonna be Dunkin'
I
Donuts.
know.
I don't care how hip they're trying to be.
I know, right? It's like Burger King going by BK or Reebok with that RBK thing on the side. Which all I can think of with that is Burger King. So
Yeah, just stop.
um.
They'd be like Krispy Kreme, just calling themselves like the cream. Just stop.
Or Radio Shack. Remember the Shack?
Oh yeah, the Shack.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sure is now.
Yeah.
Boarded up Shack, you bums.
Ooh, damn.
Shots fired. Pew pew pew.
Yep. Ooh, burn. So Dunkin' has this like coffee that they're advertising as Irish coffee. Now, how exactly is it Irish coffee? Because there ain't no Baileys in that. There's no liquor in there of any kind.
Because I've seen this creamer before. They make
Okay.
a creamer now that's Irish cream flavored with no booze.
Now, what's the point, though? The whole point of Irishing up a coffee is to put some booze in it. It's,
I know.
you know.
It's like the same day, right before we went to the orchard. We drove by a coffee shop that I didn't know existed.
Yeah.
And it's connected to actually a whiskey bar that I haven't been to yet, but I want to go to.
Okay.
And I was like, oh shit. So we pulled over and got some coffee. And one of the things they had on their sign, and it was like, it was a Sunday, so we couldn't get it because it was after 10 o'clock.
Mm.
But they have Irish coffee.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, ooh, I'm coming back. to
Wait.
get Irish coffee hanging on the patio.
Why can't you get it after 10 o'clock?
I think it's got to be some sort of weird Ohio booze law.
Oh, so it did have booze in it. Okay,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
because they call it the place is called Levi and Lilacs. It's
Mhm.
a whiskey bar.
Yeah.
But then they have this little offshoot called the Coffee Pub.
Okay. I was
And,
misunderstanding.
and-
I thought we were still talking non-liquor
Oh, no,
coffee.
no.
That's why I was
No,
like,
this
why
is a
can't you get that?
legit Irish
Okay.
coffee?
Because
It
otherwise,
says on
I'm,
the sign in house only, and then after 10 on Sunday.
that's fair. Okay, yeah, that is a
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably a stupid Ohio law then.
Yeah, because it's in a really cool old building. And I walked in, I'm like, I'm coming back. And I saw the Irish Coffee. I'm like, I'm definitely coming back. Because they got like a really cool little patio, sit on the sidewalk and watch the weirdos and mommy go by.
That makes sense.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Perrysburg. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter.
The hoity-toity area.
Most of the people listening have no idea.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anywho.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I get it, you know, because, I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong. I can understand putting, you know, like, people put Baileys in their coffee because they do like the taste. Or as we know, you and Dev have enjoyed bourbon cream.
Bourbon cream.
You
Delicious.
know. So, quite understandable. But also, I was just like, I don't know. I just feel like it's just weird to me, you know. But, you know, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like I'm waiting. You know, they're like, come into Dunkin' for our new old fashioned.
Well, it's like I'm trying to understand too, because I would get it if it was March, St. Patty's Day, whatever.
Yeah,
but what are they doing now?
I have no idea. 'Cause it's just something they decided they're doing.
Hey,
no. They're just like, fuck it. It's St. Patrick's Day all over again. A month later.
Maybe they tried like actual Irish coffee.
Yeah.
And they got sick of people on like Sunday post church like fighting their wives in the parking lot.
Of Dunkin'?
Yeah.
That'd be kind of weird.
I assume
don't know.
church people go to the Dunkin'.
Sure, why not?
I'm heading to their website right now.
Yeah, I'm with you though, because that was one of the things I thought of too. Was it's like, well, why now? That's a weird time to kind of introduce that.
Bring on the perks. Check out No, I don't want your app.
Sure you do.
You jackasses. Menu.
They gotta offer it, you know, to be a hip with it company. You gotta have one of them apps,
right? Espresso and coffee. No, I don't want you to know my location. I'm doing this stealth like.
Yeah.
Iced Americano, signature latte, iced signature. All right, I don't know where the specials are. All right. Dunkin' Irish coffee.
Yeah, that's probably the easiest way to find it.
Right. The story behind Irish cream flavored coffee. Whoa. Yeah, they got a whole fucking blog post on their website. Well, guys.
They got to give you a story of why you want the coffee, I guess, right?
I guess. It says Dunkin' Irish Cream is one of the most wished for coffee flavors by Dunkin' fans across the country. Irish cream is a smooth, velvety flavor featuring notes of sweet cream vanilla enhanced with the flavor of Irish cream whiskey. Oh, it says it's only available for a limited time. So maybe they did put it out for St. Patty's Day and they're just like, you know.
Yeah, I've noticed. It seems like I've been seeing the commercials more after St. Patrick's Day, though. You know, kind of like, you know, McDonald's when they have their Shamrock Shake. It's always before,
right,
and up to St. Patrick's Day, kind of around that time. Then it goes away again. Which again, I've never understood, because it's literally a vanilla shake. They put a little mint and green food coloring in. That's it. If you want the secret for how to make one, that's basically it. You can make them at home all year round.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. And honestly, you don't even need the green food coloring, but, you know, if you want it to look authentic. But
can't you just throw like a leprechaun in there?
You could, yeah. I mean, if you have oh shit, I can't think of the name. Those high-end blenders.
Oh, well, like a Blend Tech or whatever?
Vitamix, that's what I'm thinking
Vitamix,
of. Yeah. Those blend
it's
anything.
The kind of thing that you can liquefy like a baby in.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you just toss a leprechaun in there and boom, all set.
Hey, you can grant you all your wishes.
Yeah. He's begging for his life, like, you know, like, hey, I'll let, you know, you can have my pot of gold.
Oh, you can have me pot of gold.
All the wishes, my Lucky Charms, whatever else.
I just want a Shamrock Shake, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, you know, you can get that with vanilla or mint and green food coloring.
Yeah, I like authentic scared leprechaun flavor.
Yeah.
It's the fear. It's the fear that brings out the good flavor.
Yeah. like I said, you can do that at home. So I've never understood like that why McDonald's doesn't just keep it year round. I bet they'd sell them year round, no problem.
Well, you're assuming the ice cream machine's going to work.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's what it is. They're like, listen, we can only guarantee the ice cream machine will work for 1 month a year, and that's for Shamrock Shakes.
Like I picture, a legion of techs that are being trained for March.
Yep, you're right.
Just getting ready for Shamrock Shake time.
Oddly enough, they call that March Madness too. The training for it,
Yeah, exactly, for sure.
They're like doing keg runs and everything in the place, to train for it,
So can I give a McDonald's confession right here?
Yes.
Never had a Shamrock Shake.
Really? Not even as a kid? No?
Nope.
I
don't really feel like I'm missing out either.
Well, I told you what's in it, so it's really not, and it's not even made with real ice cream. It's made with McDonald's, like whatever they call it. So again, if you make one at home, you get to pick the ice cream, so you can pick a real nice ice cream.
It's basically like the Slurm Worm, but for ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's just it's never intrigued me. Anytime people start jacking off on Facebook about it, I just don't care.
I'll tell you,
pumpkin spice lattes. Oh my god, pumpkin spice time!
Yeah,
like, I don't give a shit.
I'll tell you what I'd rather have is the and not just
ribs?
McDonald's, like Arby's and different places. And I've had them at like a legit ass diner where they do like hand dipped milkshakes.
Yeah.
Is more of like an orange creamsicle where it's orange and vanilla.
I say that'd be all right.
That's legit, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, whatever.
And what are you gonna do?
Yeah, not have those, I guess. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I want some ice cream, I'm gonna go to a legit ass ice cream place.
Right.
Blend. Drive by the Golden Arches with my finger in the air.
And blend, or just blend a McRib with some ice cream.
Oh God, that sounds delicious.
It's funny. Speaking of that, I was watching. You know what Regular Show is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the guy who created that has a show on HBO Max now called Close Enough, and it's an adult show. So there's all sorts of cussing and adult situations and what have you in it.
Right.
So, but the wife on the show, she works for some food company that basically just makes these like abominations of food essentially. And at their Christmas party, their boss reveals their profits have been on the rise. And he goes, and they're going to continue next year because of this. And he like the barbecue cumber. And I'm like, and I just started laughing because the idea of a barbecue cumber made me laugh, right?
Yes.
Well, it gets better because they show, it's like we took, the pig, and they show a pig and then a cucumber, and they're like, and we combined them, and you see the cucumber like going in the back end of the pig, and the pig is just like, squealing. Is this like, it looks like it's just being crammed up its ass.
Lovely.
And then it shows them slicing the barbecue cucumber, and it's it's like all the taste of pulled pork in a cucumber. It's like hot as a cucumber. Oh man, I was just cracking up because I'm like, there's probably some company out there trying to do something like that.
I mean, it always seems like something like, cotton candy grapes and grapples and all this weird shit.
So barbecue cumber.
Barbecue cumber.
I'll tell you, I loved Regular Show anyway. But this show I really dig because it allows for them to really push the envelope further because of.
Are you saying push it to the limit?
I am.
Walking along a razor's edge?
Yep, that's right.
You're a winner, or whatever.
So
whatever that Scarface song is.
I binged.
Not the rapper.
I binged season 2 over the last few nights. So
nice.
Yeah.
Did you watch Mortal Kombat?
I did.
Oh shit.
So if we're going to talk about that, we should do it at the end of the show, since I'm sure we're going to want to throw some spoilers in there.
All right. We'll do that.
That way, if people don't want to hear spoilers, they can,
I suppose. Maybe they love them.
They might.
Oh, man.
You know what? What else I watched this week, aside from wrestling like normal? But Stone Cold has every once in a while they'll put up basically a Stone Cold podcast on the WWE network, and he had Chris Jericho, which is weird because Jericho works for AEW now. And,
Right.
you know, and Stone Cold, like, he cleared it with Vince because they were talking about who his next guest should be. And, you know, he sent Vince a text and was like, hey, I want to have Jericho because it'll be a really interesting talk. And, you know, Vince was like, yeah, I think it's a great idea. And Stone Cold was like, you know, he's like, I'm on my phone and I'm looking at the text and I'm just like, I send him another one like, are you sure this is okay? And Vince loved it. And I'll tell you, it was a really good watch because Jericho's kind of like over the last couple of years, I feel like he's kind of been buying his own hype a little too
Right.
much. Like even on his podcast, sometimes his interviews are not what they used to be because I feel like, I don't know, I kind of feel like he thinks he's God's gift. Like I said, buying his own hype.
RVD, the whole damn show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Anyway, this was nothing like that. This was like completely humble Chris Jericho. And they went through his whole career. They, you know, talked about some really great stuff, you know, throughout his wrestling career and stuff. He told some great stories. I've heard some of them because, you know, I've read like one or two of his books. I've listened to his podcast for a while off and on. So, you know, I've heard a few of the stories, but some of them were brand new to me. Like, I didn't know this. Like, he apparently, from minute one, has written down every match he's ever had.
Really?
Who it was against, where, how much he made off of it, and what he rated the match.
Huh.
To where, and I was like, holy shit, because, you know, this was pre-internet, too. Like, now you can literally go online and type in, like, what is Undertaker's win-loss record? And
Right.
it'll come up, you know. Now, I don't know if that counts house shows, all this stuff, but Jericho's list includes house shows. Like, every match he's been in, he has written down and stuff. And it was a really interesting thing. Like, he talked about when he knew it was time to leave WCW. He talked about when it was time to leave WWE. Because him and Kevin Owens had this great storyline where they were, like, best friends. And, you know, Kevin Owens was the champ. Jericho obviously was, you know, cheating left and right. So to help Owens keep winning, you know, that kind of story. And then they blew it up in this Festival of Friendship thing, which was one of the weirdest and also pretty good segments they've had on Raw. And then it was supposed to be the main event of WrestleMania that year, I guess. And Jericho said that, you know, then it ended up being Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. And he goes, look, I get it. That's the money. You know, that's going to pull in people from the outside. But they got moved from the main event to the second match on the card. You know, and the second match on the card is kind of an insult to a guy. Plus, it's your champion. Kevin Owens was the champ, although I can't remember if by WrestleMania they may have taken the belt off of Owens to put on Lesnar or Goldberg. But, you know, it's still the idea, though, that you're moving somebody like him. Like he said, he's like, why not move us to the first match?
Yeah, for sure.
Because, you know, in wrestling, that's the thing, is if you're not last, you want to be first, because you get to set the tone then, you know? So he said when they moved him to that second one, he was kind of like, okay, that's where they see me. It's probably time to move on, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Or, you know, and he thought he was like kind of done at that point, like he was going to retire, kind of a thing. But then he got opportunities in Japan, and then AEW came, so here we are, and he's still going. You know,
Right.
But it was kind of cool to see the retrospective of his career, like, you know, all the different stuff. Like I don't know if you remember his debut on Raw. You know, he interrupted The Rock.
Oh yeah.
You know, and to be put in that spot as a brand new guy, I mean, that's a pretty big deal. You know, so. You know, but they showed like his hair over the time, and you know, it's funny too because he's always been open about where he got his ideas for different things over the years. And I had never heard him mention this, but it's kind of a duh moment. Remember when he used to wear the hair up on top of his head, like the ponytail on top?
Yeah.
He got that from Gene Simmons.
Oh yeah. That
Right?
makes sense.
It's such a duh thing because, you know, Stone Cold was like nobody else could pull that off, and Jericho's like, well, I'll tell you who else can, and Gene Simmons. And I'm like, oh, yeah, duh. I don't know why.
Now Jericho's getting sued.
Oh, yeah, probably. Well, that's the thing. That's the funny part about all of his stuff that's gotten over so well. Almost all of it is a straight, like, homage, rip-off, whatever you want to call it, to something else. Like, there was one event in WCW where he got lost on his way to the ring. And that's totally a Spinal Tap moment when they get lost on their way to the stage.
Yeah.
You know, and so he just has done that stuff over and over again through his career, and it's just, you know, it works out great for him. So,
I mean, speaking of, you know, blatantly ripping off for our own gains, this is a good time to talk about our podcast, 6-pack of past events.
I like this idea.
Hope people are ready.
Yeah. So, yeah, anyway, but if you know, if you're a Jericho fan, especially out there, and you have Peacock, I highly suggest watching it. It's 2 hours. That's the only thing that's a little rough, but you know, it's a good watch though.
God damn, that spicy water is delicious.
What? Peach tea and spicy water?
Dude, my beer supply is a little low yesterday because I was just like outside working, and I just started crushing beers.
Oh. Yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah, I was just like, you know, whacking down like 7% or something.
Sure, as you do, yeah.
Yeah.
Perfectly normal Sunday.
I left all the measuring and sawing though until after, you know, or before I was done beer crushing.
That's smart, yeah. You certainly
built a table yesterday, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Built a table.
Is it level and has 4 legs?
Yep.
Or at least 3, I guess?
Right. It's got 3 legs and then a big old table dick.
Oh my God, that would be great. That's a table to make with 3 regular legs, or at least 2 regular legs, and then 1 that's a dick.
A dong.
Yeah. Like a dildo, like the biggest dildo you can find, basically.
Yeah, I gotta buy some more lumber and build one more because my end tables for the outdoors they didn't hold up real well.
Kindling, yeah.
Yeah.
As I say, are they in the burn barrel now?
No, the burn barrel's been moved too. I actually have a classy backyard again.
Oh, well, that's disappointing.
Doesn't look like a fucking den of filth underneath a overpass.
Yeah, but the filth. No.
Yeah, I know.
It's like,
filth is behind the garage now.
It reminds me of episode of The Simpsons where Moe decides he's going to renovate, and he becomes Uncle Moe's, or calls it Uncle Moe's, and it becomes like a family restaurant kind of thing. And he's talking about it to the bar patrons, and one of them is, you know, because he talks about how dank it is, and he's like, Mo, you can't get rid of the dank, you know?
I mean, it is the dank.
The dank, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, normally I don't talk about dreams much on here, even though I have weird-ass dreams, because usually they bore the shit out of people, right?
Okay.
But tough luck, strap in.
Tough titties, bitches.
So, dude, I had this dream the other night that for some reason, somebody gifted me this giant fish that is seriously like a 5-foot tall fish, right?
All right.
Like had just been caught. Now, first of all, I don't eat fish. Second of all, I don't have a clue how to take apart a fish in a good manner. I mean, I could take a hacksaw to one and get it, you know.
Yeah, I was like, I'm sure we could figure it out.
Yeah, you know. But somebody's probably going to die from fish bones.
That's all right.
But so
all right, man. Okay.
I take this fish, and for some reason, whatever room I'm in, I just set it in the corner, right?
Yeah.
Like against the wall. Just lean it against the wall. Like, don't put it on the counter. Don't wrap it up. Just right against the wall. And then for some reason, now I'm in a bathroom, and the toilet is like overflowing. Now, I try to flush it a couple of times because, you know, that's always the smart move when it's already overflowing.
Because you never know. That could be the one that breaks the seal.
Right, exactly. So it's like, come on, you know. So...
Just like Icarus flying closer and closer to
right,
the side.
Yeah. It's like, so this thing's just pouring water out. And for some reason, I lift the lid and I throw like 3... I don't know, 7-8 inch fish into the toilet.
What's with all these fish powers?
I don't know, you know, So I just throw these fish in there as though like, oh, the old wives' tale of, if your toilet's overflowing, throw a fish in there.
It's true.
We've all heard of it.
Yeah. You've never had toilet fish stew?
So I don't know what the hell it was, but then I just left, and that was the end of the dream. I don't know why.
Fuck them fish.
Right. I don't know why I was dreaming of an overflowing toilet. Although I've read stuff in the past that a lot of times if you dream of like an overflowing toilet, it means that you're like you need to go to the bathroom. But I woke up right after that dream and didn't so much have to go, and I even checked the bed to make sure I didn't already go. No. But yeah, and the fish, I have no idea why I'd be dreaming about fish. But here we are.
There you are.
Yeah.
That is weird.
Very odd. Yeah. So
that
I got to stop doing psychedelics before bed, I guess.
Or continue.
Probably should up the dose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Not seeing enough colors,
No more microdosing. Straight up macrodosing.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Time to step it up.
Exactly. Go big or go home, bro.
Right. So yeah, so that's basically been my week. How's yours been?
I mean, I built a table, which is pretty cool and satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
This is something fun for you, Brian. So like a week ago, maybe, I found these little silicone molds on Amazon for dice.
Oh, nice.
So I bought some resin and I made some a batch of dice.
Oh, nice.
But they need some work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been fucking around with resin though.
They're like 5-sided.
Yeah, dude, there's one of molds. It's a 24-sided die.
Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen 24.
Existed.
I didn't either.
Weird.
20. Well, I mean, I've seen some, dice that go way up, but most common are 20 and under.
Yeah, it's like 20, 10, 12, 8, 6, 4.
Yeah.
That's your standard D&D set.
Mm-hmm.
This has all kinds of shit. Like this, I don't know. It's been fun. It's been kind of fun playing with it and getting ideas because, I like making stuff.
Yeah.
I've realized as I'm getting older, I just like making stuff.
Right.
I'm going to start an Etsy store soon. It's going to be like Tony's flowery, freaking feel good things. I don't know.
It's just going to be Tony's things.
Yeah. Stuff.
Yeah.
But no, like, dude, yesterday, after crushing beers and everything else, went to bed, decent time. We had some pickle bread yesterday. That was delightful.
Nice.
But I woke up and I was like, oh man, slightly got to pee. Like I feel real good. Like my alarm's probably gonna go off in like 15 minutes. And I get up to head to the bathroom and I tap my phone screen. It was fucking 2:11 in the morning.
Perfect.
Oh my God.
You got time to get out and get a jog in?
Dude, I should have, honestly, because I went back in bed and I just laid there.
Yeah.
And it was like tossing and churning. I was too hot and I was too cold.
Right.
And then like I look over and I realized Michelle's awake. And I'm like, are you awake? She's like, yeah. And it was like 3:00 now. So we were both just like, it was just weird.
Yeah.
And so I just ended up getting out of bed stupid early. But yeah, like right now I feel like I'm dying.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a rough day of work. Energy drinks to the face.
Yeah. Oh boy.
I was just I'm like, I just got to get through the day.
Yeah.
That's all I kept saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's things afoot in my work right now, so I don't want to call off because the less points you have, the better chance of you getting a move / promotion.
Ah, okay.
So
makes sense.
Things are afoot,
right?
So.
That explains why you didn't just go heavy on the coke today to get through.
I mean, you saw if you met one of the guys I work with.
Yeah.
But no, like over the weekend, let me rewind. Like 2 weeks ago, my brother-in-law, Peanut, who I know we've mentioned on the show before.
Yeah.
In fact, I think he was on an Enthusiast once.
He was, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a very hard to listen to one, but yes. Because that was the one where you, me, and Dev were hammered. And worse, we were burnt out on drinking, and we were still drinking.
Yeah, that was a terrible idea.
Yeah, it was so bad.
But at the same time, it was kind of fun.
Uh-huh.
But he's like, hey, what are you doing in like 2 weeks? I'm like, I don't know. What do you need? He's like, I was hoping you could help me move a couch.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right. Yeah, I can do that for you, bud.
Listen,
Because,
it's not like you haven't moved a difficult couch before.
Yeah, exactly.
If you remember.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've had so many difficult couches in my past.
I was thinking of like forever ago when you and me helped Scott move that couch.
Oh, God. Yeah.
You remember that with the narrowest hallway ever?
Yeah, that was awful. I mean, if you recall, the last couch I moved, I ended up cutting in half.
Yeah.
So
Which I think is the right move.
it is.
Yeah.
But no, it's like a friend of our family. It's Chuck's buddy.
Yeah.
He's gonna retire soon.
Mm.
He's going to South Kakalaki where my parents are. That's why they're down there, is because they already had a spot down there.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And it's like he's closing on his condo this upcoming Friday, so he's got to get stuff out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. So the couch, my brother-in-law jumped on it. Whatever, it's fine. So I'm like, all right, man. Yeah, I can help you move it. I'm thinking, he lives in Ann Arbor. I'm like, that's not that far away.
Yeah.
Whatever. We'll just go get the couch, and then we'll go back. We'll put it in his house, and we're done.
Yeah. Yep.
He's like, cool. So, he just kept asking me, hey, you working Saturday? I'm like, I don't know.
Right.
No, I'm not. He's like, all right, cool. I'll pick you up at like 8:30. Like, all right, man, I'll be ready.
Yeah.
So he picks me up, and then this is where the whole event turns into. The whole thing starts. We had to go pick up a truck. So we went and go pick up the truck. And then we had to go to my parents' house because I didn't know this. They had some old patio furniture from the cottage they sold that they're going to give to the guy who's moving's son.
I see. So you're not just moving a couch, you're taking that up there to trade for the couch, basically.
Basically.
Yeah, okay.
So, and all that furniture was in like a little trailer that my stepdad has. So we had to unload the trailer onto the truck we had. And then I'm like, all right, so where's Jim live at? Lives in Dexter, which is like 20 minutes north of Ann Arbor.
Wow. And for those who don't know, we're about, 45 minutes from Ann Arbor?
Yeah. So it's like,
yeah.
Oof.
So now you're in an hour drive.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, well, whatever. So we go up there when we find a spot, and like Jim's nephew was there picking up stuff. So we had to wait for him to get his truck out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
And then we load the couch, a chair, an ottoman, a shelf.
Holy shit.
Well, because the shelf, I took the shelf because,
Yeah.
His wife was like, do you need anything? I have lamps. I have this. I have this.
Wow.
I'm like, then she's like, I have this shelf. And I looked at it. I'm like, Michelle could use that shelf because she wants to put her paintings up somewhere.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And it's a really nice shelf.
Sure. Yeah. Well,
So
and
like,
hey, now you're getting paid for it a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I'll take that shelf. And they gave me a food processor, which I broke later. I'll get into that.
Okay. Grinding up leprechauns again.
Yeah, exactly. But so we pick all that stuff up, and then it's like Peanut put in the directions to his house, and it's over an hour drive from where we are to where they live. It's like,
yeah.
And I told Michelle. Michelle's like, when do you think it'll be done? I'm like, probably noon, 1 o'clock.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you're thinking getting a vehicle,
Ann Arbor, Waterville, done.
Yeah, and home exactly. It's like
Yeah.
Like noon to 2, somewhere in that range is probably a good overestimate for what you're thinking there. Even if you're like,
exactly.
hey, let's grab some lunch or something,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we fly to his house. I'm driving as fast as I can in this truck, which only goes like 60-some miles an hour.
Yeah.
I must have a governor on it or something because the rain's coming.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
It's an open bed truck. It's like a
nice.
So
yeah.
So
should have had a piss tarp with you.
I know. I should have had a piss tarp.
Yeah.
That's like a sick, like barbarian name.
That's a fucking
tarp.
Old callback.
Yeah.
I don't know what episode I first mentioned that on, but it's been a long time.
Indeed.
Or you mentioned. I don't know which one of us did. Yeah.
One of us did.
Yeah.
But this stuff ended up having to go down to his basement.
Of course it did. Why would it?
Oh, and I forgot. My parents had an old refrigerator that we also bloated in the back of the truck.
Oh, yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we had to take the legs off the couch and the chair.
Yeah.
Because he lives in an old house. The doorways are pretty narrow.
Sure.
We had to take a door off the hinges.
Oh my god.
We had to like lift the couch over the edge of his porch because we couldn't go straight because of the railings.
Now, out of curiosity, did
Yeah.
he get measurements of the couch in his doorways before you grabbed the couch? Oh boy. Okay. All right.
If the couch was a half an inch bigger, it would not have fit.
Wow.
It basically perfectly fit.
Wow. So you kind of had to push it through. Yeah.
Because of
wow.
course it went into the basement too.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why. Of course it did. Yeah. Why wouldn't
of
it?
course. Yeah. And then I had to like drive the truck around the back of his house because that's where his garage is at. Because the fridge, he had a garage fridge and it died, and they had to throw a bunch of food away. So he's been waiting to get another one. My parents just happened to have one sitting in storage.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Yeah, you can have that or whatever."
Yeah.
So then we got to unload the fridge, move the old fridge, unload the new fridge,
Jeez.
and then we got to go to my house to unload the shelf.
Right.
Right?
Mhm.
This is where I broke the food processor because I slid out of the cab of the truck and completely missed a step and just ate shit and threw the thing onto the ground. My
Oh,
knee's
man.
like all busted and bloody right now.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, I like fucked up my knee.
Well-
We did get lunch in the meantime.
No,
too. He
no,
bought
like
me a
it's
nice-
the old, no good deed, right?
Yeah. I mean, he did buy me some lunch, so that was
Right.
cool.
Yeah.
But it's like, after we did that, we had to go to my parents' house to get his car, and then we took the truck back, and then he brought me home. So
Oh
it was
my
all said and
goodness.
done. I didn't get home till like 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Yeah, because you texted me. I don't remember when it was, but it was after that, I believe. And you were like,
it
dude,
was a whole day
Yeah.
of doing this
it's
shit.
like, holy shit. Yeah, because it was funny because I was going to text you earlier because we had talked about, like, on the podcast, we had talked about maybe hanging out.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was like, God, because I thought for sure I would have been home.
Yeah, and I was going to text you, like, around 2 or 3 and be like, hey, do you still want to do this tonight? If not, no worries either way, but whatever. And then when you texted me later, I was like, I had actually forgot to text you, so I was like, oh, okay,
Dude,
whatever.
it was a shit show. Like, I mean, I love the guy, and I'm glad I could help him because that's what family's for. And
Yeah,
he told me the whole time, he's like, my brother never would have done this.
Yeah.
He would have bitched out.
Uh-huh. So
But I'm just like,
that's the kind of move where I would have shown up, and when all that other stuff started unfolding, I would have become such an asshole, probably. Because, well, I mean, you saw me at Kelly's when we helped her move, and when we got there, nothing was boxed up or bagged up or anything, and we're
Yeah.
just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
Yeah, it was- it was more than I was anticipating.
Yeah.
And honestly, I did like going up to see Jim because I haven't seen him
Yeah,
in a couple
yeah.
years now because of the pandemic. So it's cool to see him and his wife.
Sure. Yeah,
But
that's why I said
holy
it's like
cow.
I know you don't mind doing it, but it's still the idea that it's like
Yeah, that ate a whole day of myself.
yeah, well, and that's the thing is it's like yo, you don't get full days, often. You only get 2 a week. Well, you don't
Yeah.
even get 2 sometimes cuz you know.
Sometimes I get a day and a half.
Yeah, so it's like, but again, I like you said, it's it's family, it's
family.
what you do, but
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
I don't know, man. Getting close to that age might be time to just call the retirement for the movie.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, Heno has posted a couple times on social media about that, and I told him about how I don't remember who it was that I helped move, and at the end of it, and I was like, "That's it, I'm retired from moving," and I don't think I've helped anybody else move since, because like I can help, but it's like it's especially now. I'm just like, can you find some stupid young guys to help you? Like offer them some beer and pizza. That's what it is. The post Heno made was like you hit an age where like throwing your back out's not worth beer and pizza or something to that effect.
Accurate.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like when my aunt moved, they had we had 2 young kids that were like sons of one of my mom's friends
Mm-hmm.
show up, and they did all the heavy lifting, and
Yep.
I'm like, this is nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that used to be me picking up all
Yeah.
the heavy shit with somebody else and monkeying downstairs, and
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm like, I didn't do any of it.
The worst-
because I'm over it.
The worst is when you're younger and your parents like volunteer you to move shit for people.
Oh yeah,
You don't even get a say
I know
in
I
it.
at least have at bare minimum one more move in me because I'm like the house I'm in. I don't mind it, but
Yeah.
I forgot how much I enjoy having space.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know,
it's
and,
not
like,
a
I
big
like
house, but it's a nice house, but it's not.
not even space in the house. I
Oh,
mean, with neighbors.
oh yeah, yeah. Your neighbors are
'Cause, you
compared
know,
to where you were. Your neighbors are right on top of you here.
yeah, and you know, I grew up in a neighborhood like this,
Sure.
and I didn't think I would mind it, but
Yeah.
I kind of do.
You know what's interesting though? Like the neighborhood we grew up in, there was more room between houses
Yeah,
for the most part. Maybe
this
not on
the
the
neighborhood
one.
I'm in is pretty tight.
Yeah, the one side of your house, no, because where Wilma was, that was. I mean, you almost could lean out your window and hit her house, but
Yeah, Jesus, the amount of times I would just look out my window and she was staring at me.
yeah. And it was like that on the one side of my house too, where Sandy and Mike lived.
Yeah,
There was a whole driveway there, so it wasn't that close, but it was, it obviously the other side, we had a double lot for our house. So we had a whole yard that was just empty basically between, us and the neighbors. So that was nice. Well,
but yeah,
except
I
for
mean,
cutting the
I kind
grass.
of I missed having that a little more room in my I just miss having a bigger yard. Dude.
Yeah,
It's just like
I get it. Like especially
Yeah.
the space thing because like,
Mhm.
where I live now, it's like I can hear our neighbors. Like, and don't get me wrong, the neighbors on one side of us are very loud. They're very much like Jeannie's family,
oh,
to
right.
where everybody, even their indoor voices are still pretty loud, and when they're outside, they like, will yell to each other, like, want to open the door to the house and yell down to the driveway. And it's like, holy shit, and my room is on that side of the house. So
Oh,
it scares the hell out of me once in a while because they're out there and I'm thinking something's wrong. And then I'm like, oh, wait, no, it's just them.
Oh, they're just communicating.
They're just loud. Yeah. So, but I hear you, it's weird that you can hear people talking in your
Oh, yeah.
house without the windows being open. Like
Yeah.
if I'm in our kitchen, sometimes I can hear people talking. It's weird, like whereas where we grew up, I mean, also I lived in a brick house then. Ain't hearing nothing through that house, but it was
Yeah, no,
just
it's,
different. I do
but
like
I
how
know
quiet it is up here though versus where we lived because we were by we were by a major street.
Right.
So there was always noise from the cars, but
But yeah, I know I at least have one more move in me because I'm like, fuck, I gotta get out of the
Yeah.
city.
see, that's the key. Once you realize you're planted, that's when you hang it up. You retire.
Yeah.
Because you're like, all right, good. I don't need to worry about getting favors back for this.
Yeah, exactly, right.
No, I kid. But yeah,
But
it is a lot harder. Like you don't mind helping somebody move, but then, you get to a certain point and you're like, Jesus, why do you have so much stuff? And then you
Yeah.
move yourself and you're like, Jesus, why do I have so much stuff?
Oh, trust me, there's a plethora of boxes in the basement that we are still packed.
Yeah.
We've been in this house,
Dude, I
what,
still
2
got
years now.
stuff.
Crazy?
Yeah. That seems fairly close, if not accurate. Yeah.
Maybe I don't even know.
Year and a half, something like that.
Yeah,
Or two.
something like that.
Yeah. I've still got stuff in my storage that I've
That's
never
crazy.
unpacked, and I need to because I honestly probably got stuff over there I can get rid of, and really I might be able to move down a space,
Right.
to where it's a smaller storage thing, to where it's just like the furniture that I have left. Because it sucks because I really like the stuff I had, but I don't have anywhere to
Right.
put it right now.
Yeah.
So.
Mashing.
Meh. Like my entertainment center and those shelves that went with that, I really dig those, and it's like, I want to get rid of those. I don't want to sell them for nothing, basically.
Right.
And I'm certainly not giving them away because they're in great shape. So if anything, I would sell them, but I don't even want to do that. I want to keep them.
Hang on to them mugs.
Well, it's one of those like, at some point, it's like I'll move or this place will become mine or something, and then then I'll have need for them.
Right.
Until then. But yeah, I got a lot of shit
Yeah.
over there I could get rid of though for sure.
Although it's not really my highlight for the week, but a big thing this week is today was like Michelle's first day of being a full-time
Yeah.
entrepreneur.
Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a weird feeling,
Right.
because like the first day that we opened our shop, I was so nervous, because it was like, is this going to work? Is it, all the stuff we went through, it was like so nervous because I had, I had quit my job to do that. So it was, I get it. It's a weird feeling. So,
Yeah.
but also so cool the fact that it's like, yeah, I had to get up and go open this store, but it's mine. It's not somebody else's.
That's
so
what I
cool.
told her. I'm jealous. She's like, of what? She's like, I don't have any security. I'm like, no. I'm like, you're working for yourself.
Yeah.
That's what everyone wants to do.
Yeah,
They might not know it, but they want it.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the dangerous part is that once you get a taste of it, it's hard to go work for somebody else.
Yeah.
It's so that's like my brother's like that. He's always worked for himself essentially. Because out of high school, he started working with my dad, and they were partners in their body shops all through the years. And then he's been selling on eBay since, or at flea markets or whatever, when he sold sports cards or Beanie Babies or whatever he was selling at the time. So it's like he's, he worked for the post office for like a few weeks, and he hated it.
Right.
First of all, because it's it's physical work.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But he's fine with doing physical stuff. He's never cared much about that. But it was hard for him too because of his handicap. Because for anyone who doesn't know, my brother has slight cerebral palsy, and his Achilles tendon in one of his legs didn't develop fully. So he, the way he walks, doing work for the post office was difficult. So
right, no bueno.
No bueno. I mean, he could have pushed a little harder and said, "Hey, I'm handicapped. Can you not give me
a driving route?"
Well, yeah, not even that, but like the first route that they gave him had a ton of stairs. Stairs are hard for him. He trips a lot.
Right.
It's like that's dangerous. Like, I told him, I said, "Go fight that," because, and I don't mean in any. Yeah, I'm just, like that's just unreasonable. Say, hey, this is a danger to me, and if I fall during work. Workman's comp is gonna, which means you're paying for for that.
I'm coming for you.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, so congrats to her though, because that's awesome.
I know, right?
And hopefully everything goes real well. You should. What's her tag on Instagram? Do you know it off the top of your head?
Well, I mean, I can throw out her website.
Oh, even better.
So was it? Michelle Mears Art. She's gonna listen and be like, "Really, Tom?"
I know. Well, I kind of put you on the spot. We talked about this before. I could have had it at the ready.
Let's see here,
because I was gonna say, she's done. She did pet portraits for me to give to Henno for Christmas that were awesome, and I've seen a bunch of her other stuff like that was cool. And she's been doing a bunch of like food and pop culture little paintings and stuff that are pretty awesome and affordable. So, Yeah. Well,
it's mmmearsart.com, but I can include the link.
Yeah, definitely that way.
For that promotional situation.
Yeah, sure, why not? That way, if anyone wants to, if nothing else, go have a look-see at her Instagram page, follow her on there, and she does giveaways at times and sales and all that kind of stuff. So,
I know she was telling me today that she made some sort of blueberry painting. And
that was pretty cool. I saw it.
It already sold.
Oh, did it? Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
I was like, man, good for you.
See? Yeah, exactly.
I know.
Awesome. Good for her.
Good on you, lady.
Well, also, I can't help but, like you being jealous, I'm jealous of the fact that, she's creating and selling this stuff and, betting on herself in that manner, because that's the dream when you're an artist, is to be able to do that stuff,
Right.
And literally the only thing stopping me is me. So
yeah, fair enough.
I just need to have a different brain and I'll be all set.
We'll just swap it out.
Yeah.
We'll get you into the shop, Brian.
Yeah. Just hit me with a cattle prod 5 or 16 times.
Exactly.
One of those times we'll jumpstart it.
Oh, I started playing The Witcher.
Oh yeah.
Witcher Wild Hunt or whatever.
Okay.
Whatever the hell it is.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not real familiar with the series.
Said, Brian, I'm not here.
I'm not real familiar with the series either, because I've never played any of the games.
No, I never played any of the games either, but I heard so many good things about it.
Yeah, especially about Witcher 3, I think.
That's the one I got.
Oh,
Witcher
okay.
3.
Okay.
Because I saw think it's like Game Deals or some sort of subreddit I'm a part of, that PlayStation was selling it for the complete edition, which has like 16 DLCs for like $9.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, all right, I'm going to bite it.
That's hard to pass up. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's a game I've always thought about buying, but for that price, I had to.
Yeah. That's the way it is too, right? Like whenever you see a game that you're like always like, man, I should buy this game, and you see it at $10, especially when it's like, hey, it comes with all the things. It's like, how can you say no at that point? You know, it's like, what's your excuse at that point? Unless you just don't have any money. I mean, that's obviously a good reason.
Well,
but
yeah.
Otherwise, it's like, what are you waiting for? It isn't going to get much cheaper than that, probably.
Yeah, exactly right.
You know,
but it's a really cool game. But it's so deep.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
So, like, I feel like if I don't play it for probably 2 weeks, I'll be like, what am I doing? I don't remember the buttons anymore. Why is the weather important? What is happening?
Yeah. Dude, I went through that, and it's not as deep of a game, but I went through that when I was playing, like, Fable 3. Like,
Right.
I would play it for a long time, and then, you know how it is, a lot of those games, you're like, I gotta take some time off of this. You know, play some other stuff, whatever. And then I'd come back, and I'd just be like, burp, 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 on the controller. Like,
Button mash.
I'm in the middle of town, and I'm, like, you know, doing the big fire tornado thing, and everyone's scurrying away from me. And, you know, luckily I was playing, like, you know, evil anyway, so I didn't really care, but it was still the idea that I was just like, whoops-a-daisy, I might have killed some town folk.
Sorry.
Whoopsies. Won't matter, because I've already bought the town, so I don't really care if they like me or not.
I mean, that's true. They shouldn't like you. You're the landlord.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Good
But
stuff, though.
It seems like a really cool game, and I can't wait to get more involved in it. But, I mean, yeah, it's very, very deep.
Right.
Yeah.
Are there, like, a lot of side quests and stuff? Is that what you're getting at? Or is it just, like, you
it's
really
like a
have
lot
to...
of side quests, a lot of, like, layers and stuff. Like, there's alchemy, there's, you know, spell casting, different dialogue choices affect things.
Oh, okay, cool.
You know, it's like you can use your Witcher vision. You can see things like plants you can collect in tracks, and you can go, oh, they passed through here 2 days ago.
Okay.
It's like, it seems like there's, you know, you have to figure out what
Witcher vision is.
Or what, because you've got 2 different swords. You have a silver sword and a steel sword.
Oh, so, and they affect the monsters differently,
like
I assume.
Monsters, can only be hit, like, wounded by silver. And it's
Sure.
like, it's just so much stuff.
Oh, God, I'd totally be hitting the wrong thing all the time. Be like, God, damn it.
Yeah, it's like on the D-pad, if you hit, like, left, it's your steel, and if you hit right, it's your silver.
And I'd be hitting the wrong one so many times, too. Because you'd be listening to me play going, damn it. Because I just keep using the wrong one.
But it's funny because, you know, after watching the Witcher series and knowing nothing of the game,
Yeah.
Henry Cavill put so much of that game just in, like, little nuances with just like the because your character does that all the time.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, that's cool.
Nice.
I'm sure people that love the game
That's cool.
Made it extra special for them.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I assume the Witcher vision is he just puts his bifocals on, or his readers.
Yeah, he just on the end of his nose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me get my readers.
Yeah. That'd be so funny if that's what it was. Just like, you know, use Witcher vision the first time he just puts a pair of glasses on. You're like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
He's got that little, like, case in his pocket, and he pulls them out and he unfolds.
Oh no, he's got the ones that hang down.
On like
that just
like
magnet
the
together.
Chains, it's a bunch of little coins.
Yes.
Like old ladies have.
Yeah, and they just magnet together in the middle, you know.
Oh yeah.
It's one of those.
Those are my favorite,
Yeah.
actually. The ones that clip together in the middle.
Yeah.
It's a good look. I've always wanted to see someone get punched right in the face wearing those.
That'd be great, right? You hit it, they just split. That'd be cool.
Split right in half.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, brother.
Good fun
Brother.
for sure. Yeah, brother. All right. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
You know, I think I figured out part of the reason why I don't play more different games and stuff than I have. And I also think it's part of the reason why, like in GTA, I haven't jumped into more of the story missions, or really any, because I barely played the game.
What's that?
And it's because I really like listening to podcasts while I play games. That's usually when I'm listening to them. And there's a lot of games where you can't because you need to hear dialogue or certain musical cues or sound effects cues to know what's going on in the game. Like in GTA, right? Like in the online part, my club, I need to go get another DJ because my club is not very popular right now. And that's one easy way to get your club popularity all the way back up, right?
Okay.
So, and I've done them when we've been playing, and they're never really hard. They're just really time-consuming, because usually it's like, here, drive all the way to the other side of the map to drive all the way back, basically.
Right, yeah. Classic fetch quest.
Yeah, which really makes no sense, because, you hit a point in that game where you're like my dude's rolling out. I got like 11 million in the bank right now. It's like, I would just pay someone else to go get him.
Right.
There's no way in hell I'd go get him. You gotta
make that good first impression, that DJ, apparently.
I guess, yeah. But anyway, but when you're doing it, you have to kind of pay attention, because like you'll get a phone call, or you'll this or that, or you have to do certain things, and so I can't really listen to a podcast while I'm doing it. Whereas Madden, I don't, I can listen to a podcast while I'm playing Madden, or the baseball game I play, because I don't need to hear, because, like in Madden, I'm not waiting for...
You need to hear, wind your eyes up in a little.
Exactly. And also, I absolutely hate the commentary in sports games, because
usually it's terrible.
It's great for a few games, and then you're like, oh my God, they're repeating everything.
Yeah.
And then you're just over it. So I usually will turn music or podcast or something on. But anyway, I think that's a lot of it, because like Borderlands, right? Borderlands, when you're walking around, you can hear things sometimes that you before you see them.
Yeah.
So that gives you a cue to like, spin around because there's something approaching you or whatever. So if I'm listening to a podcast, I'm not going to hear that, and I'm probably going to get attacked a lot more. Also, the dialogue in Borderlands is funny. Usually,
yeah, you want to listen.
I want to hear it, exactly. So it's like I don't know, and I think a lot of it's that weight of I'm so far behind in podcasts that it's like, well, this is how I catch up on them, kind of a thing. So I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do, but
I guess just stop listening to podcasts.
I guess that's about it too. Or find what I need to do would be nice is to find another slot of time where I'm listening to podcasts, maybe.
Right.
That way, when I'm playing games, I can play those other games where I need to hear whatever, Sometimes it's no big deal.
Trevor.
But, can you imagine playing Resident Evil and not being able to hear the game?
Yeah, that would be...
You die a lot.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. So much death.
For sure. Or playing, like, I don't know how people play, like, Call of Duty and stuff with music blaring in the background.
Right.
Because you can literally, in your headphones, you have good headphones, you can hear people walking up on you. Although I guess if you're sniping all the time, people don't generally walk up on you a lot, so maybe that's it.
I mean, I don't know, because I like hearing people's footsteps when they're running around the map, because then like someone's coming.
Yeah. Exactly.
Especially when you throw on your sick-ass headset.
Yep. Or you can hear sometimes, like if they miss you, you can hear.
You hear the kapwing.
Yeah, and you're like, oh shit, I'm under fire, and
Actually, I don't hear shit from Call of Duty anymore because I deleted it.
Yeah, me too. Actually, I should.
Fuck you, Call of Duty.
I should have sold the game. I wasn't thinking, because now it's probably not worth a whole bunch, but.
That's worth garbage.
Yeah, I should have sold it. Oh, well, whenever, somewhere down the line, if I sell my PS4, it'll just be part of the 40 games that come with it.
It's like once they basically stop supporting Modern Warfare and switch to Cold War and Warzone, it's like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Although, I know Logan's very pumped about it. New Battlefield game is back into modern times.
Yeah, I saw that. And
it reminds me a lot of Battlefield 4, which is like the crown jewel of Battlefield games, in my opinion.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I know.
What's that? You're hiding in a building? Artillery.
They're going to drop the building on you. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell yeah. For one guy,
You can't hide in the building if there's no building.
Yeah. That's one of the things I really loved, because it's another way to deal with snipers.
Oh, yeah.
It's a way to deal with snipers without actually having to run through the building by yourself, you know?
Yeah, you just drop the goddamn building.
That's what I do. Or at least take the wall out so my snipers can find them easy,
Yeah.
you know? Because I used to do that quite a bit too with like heavy machine gunning on the walls where you just tear up the building and then there's nowhere to hide basically.
Oh, man. I
Yeah.
miss those days.
Yeah.
The good old days, Brian.
I'll
we
tell
used to
ya.
hop online every like Friday night and play
Yep.
games till like 1 a.m.
Yep. I'll tell you what, even with that coming out, man, I'm going to have to think long and hard before I buy it. Although by then I'll probably be like, man, I'm itching to play a shooter.
Yeah, I kind of get that way.
Although, in fairness, Battlefield allows me to play different ways, which is part of why I like it. Because I can run
Yeah.
around as a medic. I can, you know, like you and I used to do where you'd be sniping and I would just basically sit next to you and just keep feeding you ammunition or health or whatever.
Right.
Why won't he die? I'm just feeding you ammo or health kits. Anyway.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Good fun.
We do need to play some Apex at some point. I haven't played it in like weeks.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting. I've been hype about Sony's baseball game ever since they first put it out, that MLB The Show game.
Yeah.
Like the first time I played it, I'm like, this is the best baseball game on the market, and it's always been the best baseball game on the market. As far as like simulation baseball, there might be more arcadey baseball that are fun too. I don't know, but now, this year they put it out on Xbox also.
Oh, really?
It's the first year that it's made by Sony, so it's an interesting move because that was always it's always been exclusive.
Yeah.
But not only did they put it on Xbox, but dude, it's in Game Pass right away.
Interesting.
Yeah, which I thought was smart because a lot of people maybe wouldn't buy it, but if you have Game Pass, you can try it.
All right. I wonder if it's cross-platform online playing or
That
just
I
trying
don't
to
know.
embrace that world.
That's very possible too, you know. I mean, I'm not buying it because I don't buy the baseball game every year. I usually will buy like every 3 or so years, you know. Because honestly, if you buy it this year to last year, they look real close, and it's basically, and I don't care about the rosters all that much because I always just create my own guy and play the career out, you know.
Yeah, fair enough.
It is cool though that you can, they've made it to where you can carry your career over to the new game.
Right.
To where in the past you couldn't, like a while, like they maybe have done it for a few years, but in the old days that you couldn't do that. You just played it on this one. If you got the next year's game, well, you have to start over. You know, and I think that's kind of cool because if you're playing like a whole career of a guy, like a baseball player can have a 20-year career.
Yeah.
You know,
fair enough.
And if you're playing like a full schedule, that's 182 games. You know, that can take you a long time to get through a career. So this way you could actually play a career, you know, year to year type of a thing. Although it's funny though, because they always tweak the mechanics of the game from year to year. So maybe you're like crushing it in this year's, but then you get the next one and you're like, wow, the hitting is a lot harder in this one. You know,
crushing it.
Your guys' numbers just dip because you just can't time the pitching right.
I miss playing Wii baseball.
Yeah. I miss Mario
Yeah.
baseball.
Bro, I showed you a thing from. Did you
Yeah.
watch that trailer for Mario Golf?
I did. It looks awesome. I was at
Doesn't it?
GameStop the other day and I almost pre-ordered it, and then I remembered that I was already spending like $60, so I was like, maybe I'm gonna not do that this time.
Like, on second thought.
Well, it's like unless they have a pre-order bonus, it's not a big deal. It's not like they won't have it or I won't be able to find it. It's a Mario game, you know.
Right, that's true.
Somebody will have it. But
Somebody will have it.
if they have a cool pre-order, I'll definitely grab it. I probably will pre-order it anyway because I know it helps the stores. You know, it's similar to like comics. It helps. You know, it's a guaranteed sale for the store, and they get bonuses, I think, for pre-orders and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I try to help out because I like the guys who
Help a
work
brother
there.
out.
Well, I like the guys who work there. I want to help keep them working there.
And yeah, it's basically like shop local mentality, right?
It is, even though it's not, you know, it's still a corporation, but it's like the guys who work there are super cool and nice to me and stuff. And
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get it.
I like going and talking with them once in a while.
Yeah.
If I were looking for a shitty job situation, I'd probably have a job there by now, you know, Because it's probably not a shitty job, but you know what I'm saying. It's like it's not going to be.
I was like, I'm sure it's not that shitty.
No, it's
I
just
don't know what they get paid, but
yeah, not much probably. But no, I'll tell you where it'll be shitty is answering the phones, right?
yeah.
You picture the last few months, literally every phone call they get is, "Do you have any PlayStation 5s or Xbox Series X in?"
Just be like, thanks for calling GameStop. No.
Yeah.
Hang up.
That's what you want to do, but corporate won't let you do that kind of stuff, you know? It's
Yeah.
like you'd love it was like you remember whenever some big movie would come out, you'd want to be like, you know, thank you for calling Family Video. No, we don't have fill in the blank Blockbuster. We've rented them all out. You know?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
how can I help you? Click.
You piece of shit, you.
You know, especially on a Friday night when you got 30 people in line and 10 waiting
Right.
to see if one comes back in. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, sure, I'll let
That's all
you
I can
jump.
say is, ugh.
Yeah. But those days are
Um,
over anyway, so.
God, what was I going to tell you, Brian?
No. I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, I was driving in that shopping plaza. MLB Show 21 is cross-platform, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at a list across.
Well, that's cool. I'm glad they did that because it seems like it'd be silly to make it on another platform and not,
Right.
you know, make it cross-platform.
I was driving through that shopping plaza where that GameStop is.
Yeah.
And there's like a tobacco
Yeah.
or vape shop
Yep.
or something right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I just saw some real turd walking into the store.
Yeah.
But the advertisement on the door is what got me.
Yeah.
They're advertising the mud jug.
Yes.
And it's a portable spittoon.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fucking vile.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up
Dude.
now.
That is one of the grossest habits. I don't know how anybody does that.
Mudjug.com.
I'll never understand that.
What do you mean, Brian?
It's so disgusting.
You don't like spitting?
Yeah. No.
Wow. So, I mean, honestly, I'll give it one thing. Whoever's like, you know what? We can capitalize off of these turds that dip.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what this shit is.
Yeah.
It's just like spittoons, and some look like flasks and shit.
Right. I know the main concept behind it is so people don't have to see your disgusting spit sloshing around in there.
Yes, which I do appreciate.
Me too, because I hate when people carry around, like, you know, they have like a Coke bottle or something like that they're just spitting into. It's like, really? Can't you get a can so I don't have to see this shit?
Yeah.
Like, that's so gross. Look, I'm carrying around a container of my spit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, it's vile, dude.
It is. I'll never not think that's gross.
Yeah, no, I work with a lot of guys that dip.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand it.
I don't either. I'm surprised that's allowed. Yeah,
I kind of am too, honestly.
because you know a lot of places have gone where you're not allowed to smoke on the company property. Basically,
my place
you
is like you walk in the door, it's like walking through a time portal.
know? Yeah, I guess they really aren't going to give a shit. I guess as long as you do your work and it doesn't affect the product.
I mean, most of the people in there still smoke. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah,
So it's like going into the past.
right.
You know.
That makes sense. Good fun. Well, speaking of the past, man, did you see Shock G or Humpty Hump died this week?
Oh, is that yeah, I saw someone from
Digital Underground?
Yeah, I was saying, I was like, oh, I was thinking Arrested Development.
No. Wrong group, man. Wrong group.
Yeah, Digital Underground. I saw some. I didn't realize it was Humpty rhymes with an Humpty.
Yeah.
Ladies like the Humpty or whatever.
Yeah.
No, I didn't realize that was the dude that died. What did he die of?
I don't.
Big nose isms?
I the thing that I read didn't say.
Thick like a pickle.
They just said he was found dead in like a hotel room or something. So I don't know.
Oh, that's
but-
never good.
Yeah, he was only like 50 something. It wasn't real old, but you know, and
Shit,
57. So it was, you know, but still. But he was,
Right.
yeah. Anyway, but you know, he worked with Tupac, and he worked with I believe Snoop Dogg, Dre at different times. You know, Maybe not Snoop. I don't remember.
Definitely Tupac, because Tupac was part of Arrested Development.
Arrested Development?
Yeah. That's it. That's what I'm calling these guys now.
Okay, all right.
They're now officially known as Arrested Development.
Right. But, yeah, anyways, like I said on Twitter to somebody, I was like, nobody's done more for Burger King bathrooms
I mean, it's true.
than he did. But anyway, yeah, that was sad, just kind of thing that I remember giving me such joy as a child,
I mean, the Humpty Dance is classic.
Dude, that video cracked me up so much.
Big fur hat and a frickin' cigar and all that.
Yeah. It was so over the top at the time. It was just, I can't say good, clean fun, because it certainly wasn't that.
I know, right?
Yeah. But it was fun. But,
yeah, good old Humpty.
yeah.
Poor fella.
Yeah. Did you see
Huh?
the fucking gender reveal thing that shook like a whole town?
You mean that wasn't a falsified story? That was an actual thing?
That was an actual thing. 80 pounds of tanninite the guy bought. Which, for those who don't know,
people.
Tanninite is, I believe isn't it used in gunpowder, or it's used in explosives anyways? Or,
Like half the time when you watch videos and people shoot like a fucking metal barrel and it explodes,
Yeah.
it's because it's full of tanninite.
Right.
Yeah, apparently it's an explosive that you would just buy.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand.
Yeah, right? Yeah. So this dude had like 80 pounds of it that they blowed up for a gender reveal, and people felt their windows rock, and what is it? They described it as earth shaking. We heard this god awful blast. Someone who lives near the quarry told the outlet, "It knocked the pictures off our walls. It cracked foundations of our neighbors' homes," added her husband.
Jesus Christ.
A number of other people in surrounding towns felt the blast.
I mean, really?
Yeah. Thank goodness it doesn't look like anybody got hurt, at least. At least there's that.
No one took shrapnel to the gut or anything.
Yeah, because generally that's how these turn out, is someone dies.
You know what? I am not surprised at all.
Yeah.
You might find this shocking, Brian. I'm on Tannerite. It's Tannerite, by the way. I thought it was Tannerite.
Oh, my fault. Yeah, it is Tannerite.
Yeah, no.
Sorry, I
I'm
misread
on
it.
Tannerite.com, and they sell gender reveal targets.
That seems to make sense. Jesus. Seriously, people. Like, if there's a chance someone can get hurt from your gender reveal, don't do it. Like, seriously, just get a piñata.
Just don't do it at all.
Or just get blue or pink t-shirts, and just, like, tear a shirt off like you're Hulk Hogan instead. And just,
do you remember when the gender was revealed when the baby came shooting out of the vagina? Why don't we just do that again?
Yeah, I'm with you on that, man. I'm so with you on that. These are so stupid. And
so that was 80 pounds of tannerite, right?
Yeah, tannerite. Yeah, I gotta say it right too, because I've been mispronouncing it.
Let's see here. Just trying to figure out how much it's going to cost.
I did see that the guy turned himself in, like, immediately.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
He's probably like, "Wow, I'm an idiot."
Yeah. Now they detonated this near the quarry in the town, which is a place that they felt was a safe location. Which, like I said, it shook the earth. But thank goodness, at least nobody got, like you said, no one caught shrapnel or anything along those lines. So,
right.
At least for something stupid, at least they were, air quotes, safe.
Whatever.
Yeah. But Jeebus.
Let's see here. So, look at this.
Are you doing maths over there?
Yeah, because I'm going to find out how much 80 pounds of tannerite costs.
Oh, all right. They don't just have a price.
So if you were to buy it off their website, and the only way I could find,
yeah,
which is there's these 2-pound extreme range targets.
Okay.
It's going to come in just shy of $640.
Man, Do you realize how much
for
pudding?
80 pounds of tannerite, and that's
Do you realize how much pudding you
thing.
could buy with that?
all right. I mean, there might be more bulk thing. I don't know. I don't even know why I'm looking. It's probably
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I'm blown away. So was the Target, man. And Windows and Corey's and
Yeah, boy. Enough of that.
what
Yeah.
I just don't understand the whole like. I mean, say I was a brand new father
Yes.
and everyone's doing gender reveal parties. I felt pressure to do it. What would be hilarious, Brian?
Yeah.
Would be have like a cardboard box,
Mm-hmm.
and you know you're having a boy.
Okay.
Because I don't understand how you can set up gender reveal parties and then someone has to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's one of the parties always has to know.
Someone has to know.
Yeah.
So if I'm setting it up, if it's my gender reveal party, I'm gonna have a cardboard box, and inside is gonna be one of those like 2-stage rockets you can buy from like a hobby store,
Mm-hmm.
right? But it's gonna be dick shaped, and we're just gonna launch a dick into the sky.
But see, it'd be
And
my luck. Somehow it would like land in a tree and catch a tree on fire and start like a raging forest fire or something.
Well, those are the ones that go up, and then the second stage is the parachute. So
Oh, yeah,
by the time
right.
they hit the ground, they're good.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, it's not gonna be full of tannerite or napalm.
Well,
or
then I have.
ninja stars.
Then I'm not going to have anything to do with this then, because yeah, that's. Stop
Yeah,
it, people. Seriously, stop these things.
People are dumb, Brian.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand the obsession of having to have these parties, and everyone's got to one up each other.
Yeah, exactly. That's where the
Yeah.
real problem is
Yeah.
that you're right. You know, because everyone's got to try to, well, they already did that. You know, like one of your friends will have a piñata, and that's fine, right? You have the dad, or you have somebody, the grandma, somebody who's super psyched about finding out. You have them whack the piñata until it cracks open, and oh, hey, look, blue candy, yay, it's a boy, woo, and everybody's fine, except for the one person who got racked in the face by the wild swinging grandma, you know.
Well, yeah, exactly.
But hey, you know, collateral damage, you know.
Collateral damage, indeed.
But then the next one's like, well, we can't use a piñata. We got to do something else, you know. So now everyone's going to have like those exploding poppers or something, and somehow someone's face will catch on fire, you know.
I mean, you know, it's probably the OG gender reveal party guys. Irish Republican Army. Heyo.
Jeez. Terrible.
What?
Man, you're going to end up getting killed by them now.
Hi.
Oh, boy.
I'm just trying to make shamrock shakes, bro.
Yeah. Oh, man. Dude. How awful would that be? You make Molotovs that look like Shamrock Shakes and winging them through windows.
I mean, that would be actually kind of adorable.
Yeah.
How festive.
Like, oh, and a Shamrock Shake. Oh, Jesus.
Hi. It looks so delicious, but it's burning down me hobbit hole.
Wow.
Or whatever.
Damn it, Tony.
Yes, Brad.
I don't know. I got nothing.
I do have one news story.
All right. What you got?
I have. It's kind of like a salty follow up almost.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw this. Apparently, this man is in agony. Thought he was dying. Could hardly crawl out of bed from catching the COVID.
Yep.
Ted Nugent.
Yep.
Who claimed the virus was not real.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Yep.
You dumb son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing how many people who've completely claimed it's false have ended up with it.
Yeah, I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just thought that was like, you know, I had Batman go through my head, you know, just justice.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. Take that, Nuge, you dum-dum.
Yep. Well, that's what happens when you go around spreading misinformation and you catch the COVID. Now you look like a bigger idiot than you did before.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought that was just great.
Yeah.
Honestly. I mean, I don't want any, you know. That's not true. I guess I kind of did want him to get sick.
Yeah. I know what you're saying though. It was
Fuck that guy.
yeah. It's like I don't wish death upon somebody, but I do wish they get a good Rogering from it, so that it's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
hey, maybe
I'm
take
not gonna
this shit
wish
seriously.
death on him, but
Yeah.
definitely some misfortune.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I appreciate his jams, little Fred Bear and all that. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
But his politics, he can go fuck himself.
Yeah. Amen.
Yeah. All right,
Yes,
moving
sir.
on. That's the only news story I got.
Yeah, that's it for me too. I got nothing else, man. Because you mentioned you'd like to do maybe a little shorter show, so I didn't really
Oh,
go
yeah,
digging for
you gotta-
stories.
I gotta go hit the hay.
Yeah, I didn't want to go digging stories up because I knew, we already had a few things. Plus, we still got to talk Mortal Kombat, so, real
Yeah,
quick.
Well, yeah.
So let's
Talk
let's rock it into QW, I
Dubs.
guess, yeah.
Well, last week, Brian, we
Mhm.
asked y'all, if you were a serial killer, what would be your signature thing that you'd leave at every crime scene?
Yeah.
On Facebook, our buddy Big Dev, he
Mhm.
says, if TV police procedurals have taught me anything, my semen will end up there no matter what I did.
Well,
so there's that.
That's probably accurate.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
He says, if I were to purposely taunt the authorities, I would leave a bottle of mid-shelf bourbon wearing a kimono. Which, by the way, Dev, if Mark from Tangibound can have his own line of cigars, you need your own line of kimono bourbon.
I agree.
I'm just saying.
Yep. Kimono, we didn't. Anyway. Yeah, I'm with you. Get to work on that, Dev.
Oh, crack-a-lacka.
Time to get in a bathtub.
Yeah, exactly. Bathtub bourbon.
Yep.
And then I'm going to flip on over to Instagram. Our buddy Philip, he says a PBR beer cap because they all have different card values on the underneath side of the cap.
Oh, really? I didn't
Do
know
they?
that. I never noticed that. I don't drink out of a bottle much.
Yeah,
And if
didn't
I
even
do,
know
it's
they
at a
had them in
bar.
bottles. I always buy white trash cans.
Yeah. No, we've had them in bottles before. Like over at Rockies, they had them in bottles for a short
Did they?
time. Yeah. But
It's
they
always
always
like
the bar always takes
regular dumb PBR, or big dumb PBR, or big or dumber PBR.
Oh, that's the move for sure.
Yeah, the bigger dumber is the best one.
Yeah. No, but like when we have bottles when we're out though, they, the bartenders always pop the tops for you. So
Yeah, I had no idea
you
they
never
had
see
like
'em.
things under the cap.
yeah, I didn't either. All right.
Mike Fallick, he says my cell phone that way for once someone would help me find it when I lose it.
Well, Apple's got you covered now with those new, what do they call, air trackers or something like that?
Yeah.
Not that
They
didn't
should-
exist before, but
I heard, but these ones are apparently better.
sure.
Because I know those tile ones were just whatever, but
Mhm.
on these Apple ones, like say you attach it to your cat's asshole or something.
Yeah, as you do. Yeah.
As you do. It'll actually show on your screen like an arrow pointing towards it,
Oh, interesting. All right.
which is kind of cool.
Yeah. I did see the first ones I saw were like one in like a like as a keychain, and I was like, that's useful, but I don't lose my keys, so I wouldn't put it on my keys, but
I'm going to implant one of my children's necks.
that's fair. It'll be completely painless, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. No, the way I'm doing it's going to be so painful. So I'm going to attach it to the end of a yard dart, just fire it at him as hard as I can.
That's fair, yeah. Yeah.
And then
Like you're gonna
Disco
have like
Daddy-
a rigged up machine to fire it, kind of like those potato guns or something, and you're just gonna be
accurate.
sitting in the splash pool in your backyard, just firing at them as they're running around the yard, like
Yep.
trying to not get hit.
I got one of those big pink and silver cans of Aquanet to fuel the thing.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah. And then Disco Daddy Down Under, he says a handwritten note written in massively time-consuming but beautiful calligraphy, yet with repeated errors and discriminating between the word there and there.
It'd be maddening too, because the person they bring in to be the profiler in that one, they just happen to also be like real strict on their grammar, and they're just like the whole time.
So I was thinking about this the other day. Now you're talking about grammar. It used to be like, oh, this guy's a real word Nazi.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about Nelly. All right.
No. But the whole like Nazi, situation's gotten way different lately.
Yeah, it sure has. Yeah.
And because I was gonna bring it up, in like I think in maybe it was one of my work group chat. I don't know, but I just was like, I felt weird typing out grammar Nazi, and I was trying to think of a different way to.
Yeah, well, the next one that I've heard the most is grammar police.
Oh yeah.
Because
But I mean, let's be honest, police aren't doing much better lately.
Yeah, they're I don't know.
Yeah, grammar demon. Maybe, I don't know.
Meanwhile, there's someone, some demon in hell listening to our show right now going, come on, we already get a bad rap.
Like, God damn it. Of course we're popular now.
Yeah, of course. That's where most of our listeners are. How great would it be if we had a dense listener group in Hell, Michigan?
Oh, that would be amazing.
Yeah. We need to market that area.
Target market, yeah. We'll just start pamphleting it with airplanes.
Yes.
Like it's World War II.
I like it.
Yeah.
Buy war bonds and listen to Salty Language.
Like, what?
What the hell's a war bond?
That's all I got on my end of the Q to W.
Oh, my goodness. All right.
Thingy.
Well, I've got one from Cheeto, and he says, what would he leave at every crime scene? A little bit of Cheetle. That's Cheeto dust for the uninformed.
I thought it was like Don Cheadle statues.
Oh, that would be awesome. Like in each one's from a different role of his.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. But that's cliche. In actuality, it would probably be some piss dribble and a fiery red pube stuck to the nearest. But at my age, I can't go more than an hour without taking a piss, and serial killing probably takes a minute. I'd be a terrible serial killer.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, agreed. So yeah, that's what we got for the Q to the W answers this week.
All right, fair enough.
Now I gotta wait for my Google Docs to load, because for some reason it's not loading again. Big shock.
Goddamn Google Docs. That's because it's reading all the docs. Damn you, Google.
Yeah.
Googlers.
Yep. There we go.
Googleplex.
All right.
Yeah.
1 through 12.
Let's go 7.
7? Oh, jeez. Damn it. I was just about to read it and it refreshed. I didn't get all the way through the question. Otherwise, I wouldn't need it
What
to
a
wait.
bastard guy.
Okay. What do you think is the worst mistake humans ever made?
Oh, jeez. That's could go all kinds of ways.
Yeah.
The worst mistake humans have ever made?
Yeah.
I don't know, Brian. The worst thing we probably ever could have done for our whole like situation is like evolving past monkey.
Yeah, evolve is the word. That's just the answer, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we done fucked up when that
Yeah,
happened.
I think we were at our peak when we were just dragging our knuckles behind us.
Yeah, it's like the memes you see. Return to monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, because the things I want to say would be like, the invention of like money, essentially, or a class system.
Right.
Like that kind of stuff. I mean, I know somebody's probably going to answer religion, because most of the wars like fought over the years have been over religious reasons.
It's true.
There's all sorts of people who've died for, those causes, and a lot of really great artwork was destroyed in that name at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm just going to go with money, because it's just seems to always be truly the root of all evil. Just,
yeah, right.
I liked it better when, like you said, you just, the village hunted and everyone ate off of what they caught, versus I'm only going to eat what I caught.
Yeah, that guy in that treehouse gets to eat everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we hunt and bring it to him, and he eats it all, and we get what's left.
Yeah, for sure.
So, like you said,
Sounds like
time
bullshit.
Time to go back to Knuckle Dragon.
Yep. Return to monkey.
Return to monkey. I think that's going to be the name of the episode. Shit. Although, in fairness, I think it's like the third or fourth time the word monkey has been in a title of our show in the last 2 months.
I mean, it shows you where we're heading. We're trying to go back.
Yeah, we keep trying,
True.
Goodness. All right. Well, there you go. So once again, the question is, what do you think is the worst mistake that humans ever made? Whew.
Oh, shit, it's off. Show me what you got.
Wow, that was so enthusiastic.
Back up.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So there you go. All right. Well, I think we got to... Oh, no. Well, here we go. This is what we're going to do. This is the end of the show proper. So we're going to run through the links, and then we're going to talk Mortal Kombat real quick. So
sounds perfect.
If you don't want to hear spoilers about Mortal Kombat, then, check out all the links and everything. If you do want to hear more, stick around after we do all the plugs and what have yous. So,
Indeedly.
So there you go. And with that, head over to saltylanguage.com, click all the links, check out the past episodes, the enthusiast episodes that we've done, and man, we need to do some more.
I know. I have my heartthrob Mark, I think, on deck.
Ah, sweet. Oh yeah, actually that'd be great. We can talk about sticks. Man, I'll tell you, the ideal thing to do would be to get us into the same area so we can have some sticks and do an enthusiast.
I mean, that's something we could. I don't know, Mark. I mean, obviously, Mark doesn't live too far away,
but we're workshopping though. So,
but I mean, you and I could definitely be in the same spot.
Yeah. Well, Well, there you go. Yeah, we just need to get him to send us some sticks.
Yeah, right.
Mark.
Yeah.
Anyway, check out the. You can see the link to the network that we're part of, which happens to be Mark's.
Yep.
Watch your back, danger!
Tangent Bound Entertainment. I totally blanked. So, go check that out. And if you're looking to start a show, go talk to Mark and his crew of highly trained monkeys to get you going.
Yes.
They're real
the
good about
trained monkeys.
The highest of trained monkeys, yes. And, if you want to reach out to us on the socials, you can find us on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Stunami.
You can find me on Twitter at Monotony, The Monotony, on Instagram, which is probably where you want to go because that's where I'm most active.
Yeah.
And Salty Language can be found on all the socials, the face pages, the fucking Twitters, the Instagrams, the TikToks, the YouTubes. We're all over the place. SaltyLanguage.com for all your Salty Language needs.
Dude, and there's also a link in the show notes if you'd like to, go grab a t-shirt or other merch from us also.
Goddamn right. Pieces of shit.
There's one more thing I forgot to mention, which I thought was great, which was, did you see how they got DMX's body to the Barclays Center?
Was that legit too?
As far as I know, it's legit. Is that it was like Rough Riders were playing, and it was on a monster truck.
I saw the picture because I think Dev put it in our chat.
Yeah,
but I was just like, "Is this real?"
Yeah, as far as I know, I haven't seen anything that conflicted with it. But what a great way to to go out one more time. So all right, so there you go. And now we're gonna talk about some
Mortal Kombat. Or whatever.
Wow, man, that was like you just played it right off the soundtrack.
That original soundtrack, man, that shit was like fire back in the day.
It really was. I dug that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, man. Yeah, it was funny. I wasn't gonna watch it, and then the other night I'm sitting there and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch it. And
I watched it the other night as well.
So what'd you think?
We should have had a watch party.
Oh, we should have. We could have held it virtual hands. Yeah.
Oh. We could have had mimosas.
Oh, yeah. No. So what'd you think?
I mean, it was exactly what I was expecting it to be.
Yeah.
It was just a fun, silly popcorn movie.
It was, but it wasn't what I expected it to be, in that it felt like I watched the prologue.
Yeah, it was definitely setting up for another one.
The way I described it to a couple of people, to me, is that it felt like basically like a pilot episode of a TV series.
Fair enough.
Because I feel like, then each episode would be them going to look for a new champion or whatever, or, various conflicts along the way.
Yeah.
Or the whole season would be about them trying to find 2 champions or something to that effect, so they could drag it out a little bit. But I enjoyed it. My biggest problem, I think, was the main character.
Oh,
I can't think of his
son of Scorpion.
Yes, well, descendant of Scorpion. Yeah, because, I mean, obviously, I'm sure, I don't know if you picked it up too, but it was real obvious from, like, the very early parts of the movie, like when you see the woman digging with the spear tip, basically, and I'm like, okay, well, that's Scorpion's, you know. So I'm like, okay, clearly this family is Scorpion's family somehow, and then they bring it to current day, and I'm like, okay, and I read a little thing from the writer today that, they wanted a way of tying Scorpion and Sub-Zero's story together.
Right.
So they created a new character, which, God, I can't even think of his damn name.
Yeah, main character McGee.
Yeah. And I didn't like him. Like, that character did nothing for me. But I understood he was literally a vessel. He was a vehicle to bring Scorpion. Oh, by the way, if you're, in case you hadn't figured it out, Spurlers. So, but trust me, we're not really spoiling anything. You'll figure it out real fast.
Yeah, for sure.
It wasn't a deeply hidden, like, oh my God, he's descendant of Scorpion. Like,
and if you've played any of the Mortal Kombat games, I mean,
you pretty much know what's going to happen.
Like you know how Scorpion and Sub-Zero, you kind of know their origins, you know their real names.
Yeah.
Because they've always been the focus of the games because they're very popular characters.
Well, especially Scorpion because, let's be honest, if you button mash, Scorpion was always the favorite character because, all you did was, spear, uppercut,
Yeah.
That's one thing I did appreciate, though, kind of, but I wish they would have tied it a little better, which was when the girl tells the guy in the cage, and she's like, use your uppercut. And I was like, because I assumed he was going to be Scorpion. That's what I thought was going to happen. So I'm like, that's funny, because, like I said, that was the move in Mortal Kombat. If you were just a whack-ass person playing the game, that was all you did was, spear, get over here, uppercut, get over here, uppercut, it's...
I was kind of like, the only thing that really annoyed me about the movie was the smashing in of the lines, like, get over here.
Yeah, they were a little shoehorned.
Kano wins.
Yeah, flawless victory.
Flawless victory. I was like, oh, come on, guys.
Yeah. What disappointed me was when, toward the end, when Scorpion, barbecues Sub-Zero, I was so disappointed that they didn't have, like, Toasty.
I mean, that would be fun.
That would have been awesome. Have the guy's head pop up in the corner. But my favorite part of the movie was easily the fatalities. I love so much that they held true. Like, nothing popped me harder than the movie than when Jax did the clap on was it Goro or whatever, on his head and just mushed his head, And because, the funniest part of the movie to me, too, was also Jax because of having those little T-Rex arms for
his that was the one part of the movie I'm like, I don't know about all this.
Dude, I'm like, when they first...
these monks built him these arms.
Yeah, when they did this... Oh, well, also, I'm just like... Well, they searched different realms, so that's how they found that technique, but...
I mean, I guess.
That's what they said in the movie, so,
Fair enough.
But I was just like, really? The best they could make for him, these little tiny T-Rex arms? They couldn't even give him a little more robust arms than
Well, you had to find his inner whatever.
Their aura or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Well, that was something that... The one with Jax is the one... Also, kudos to them for doing the Sub-Zero thing on his arms. For that story. That was awesome that they actually did that. Because I was wondering, because when you first see him, he's got human arms, and I'm like, okay, well, I know in the game he had, like, cybernetic arms, so...
He's got robot arms.
Yeah. And then when Sub-Zero is, like, freezing his arms, I'm like, oh, I was like, is he going to yank his arms off? Because that's what I expected, But, okay, so if Jax's aura was that he was going to, like, turn those little T-Rex arms into manly arms, what if he never got his arms ripped off? Would his aura have never manifested?
I maybe not.
Because I'm assuming his aura or power or whatever you want to call it is that he can control cybernetics. I don't know exactly what it was.
Because I mean, like, if I remember in the game, it was just like he had these cybernetic implants because he lost his arms.
Yeah.
So it's like there's no real, because he doesn't have a power. He just has strong.
He's
arms.
Just strong. Yeah, exactly.
Fucks people up with.
Right. Yeah. That's why I said I was so happy. Like, and also, did you notice like when they sent the people to the different locations that they kind of look like boards? Especially the one with Jax and Goro, how it had like that bridge type one, and I was like, dude,
I did enjoy that.
That's pretty badass because that's felt like the game. If it wasn't for Jax's fatality, my favorite one would have been the what's his name? Kung Lao. Or not Kung Lao.
When he did the circular saw and cut the chicken head.
Yes, when his hat turns into the circular saw, because I remember that in the game, and I was like, that's badass. Yeah, so, and the soul drain of, what's his nuts, the bad guy.
Oh, Shao
or Soon or whatever, yeah.
I was pretty pumped that Raiden was an Asian guy.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That they weren't like, hey, let's make a white guy, Raiden. Yeah. I liked Raiden too. The special effects I thought were strong. Like, I didn't feel like they were really hokey or anything. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Yeah, it did look good. Although I'll be honest, the Raiden they portray in the game is more of like it seems like the Raiden in the movie is kind of like a little old man, kind of almost.
He's supposed to be kind of like Yoda-ish, I think.
Yeah, it's like the Raiden in the game is more of like a warrior kind of dude.
He's a super badass. Yeah, because Raiden was my favorite to play as. But I also love, like, they had the Liu Kang bicycle kick, and like I love that they put moves that the characters actually did in there. Like I said, my only disappointment was that with Scorpion, they didn't have the spear pull in uppercut combo for, they should have done that like 2 or 3 times. That would have just been kind of a funny throw in,
right?
To just the button mashers. Nod. Yeah, to the mashers out there.
I did appreciate Kano's character too.
Yeah, that's why they asked the writer, about characters that weren't included in like Johnny Cage and whatnot. And he was like, well, basically it was either put like Johnny Cage in there or put Kano in there. And of course, Kano was the foil to the good guys essentially. So yeah, I dug him, quite a bit too. And again, his fatality, pulling the heart out of the serpent, Reptile, who I thought was going to truly be Reptile, which he kind of was, but it was like, he wasn't in any like other gear and then became an actual reptile type of thing. But I appreciated, though, they had the acid spit and stuff like he had in the game and whatever.
Invisibility and all
that. So they still had him in there. Although it is kind of a shame that the way they did this movie, I mean, they just straight up flushed those characters like completely.
I mean, it's Mortal Kombat.
No, I understand, but it was just die. I understand. Yeah, it's like, and I know there's a bunch of Mortal Kombat games, so you have a lot of characters to pull from.
Yeah, like I was surprised when Cyrax showed up.
Yes,
because he wasn't in any of the trailers.
No.
And I was like, oh, all right, that's cool.
Yeah. That's I know I was surprised by that too, and having Melina, like that scene where she stretches her mouth open and stuff like she does in the game and stuff too. I was like, that was cool looking. I really, as a fan of the game, it popped me quite a bit. There was a lot of Easter eggs in it for the fans of the game.
There's so many Easter eggs just in the backgrounds and shit like that.
Right.
Like when Sonya Blade's talking about all her research, and they're like, "Oh, that's a character. That's a character."
Yep. Yep. That was I dug that too. Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah.
And I was wondering the whole time.
Like I said, I'm not going to say it was the best movie I've ever watched. It was exactly what I knew it was going to be.
Yeah.
Just basically a popcorn kung fu movie.
Yeah, that's really what I was expecting. It felt incomplete to me, and only because it was totally set up to just be like, "There's more coming."
Yeah, well, and I'm glad there is, because that's the one thing I said when we were in the middle of watching. I'm like, where's Johnny Cage?
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously, spoilers if you're still listening, but that's what they kind of like hinted at the very end.
Oh, totally, with that poster, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that.
With a close up with the cage belt buckle.
Yeah, main event McGee or whatever, main character McGee, whatever you called him, finally quits just getting mushed around in a cage and, is gonna go to Hollywood to look for Luke Cage. Or, sorry, Johnny Cage. I keep thinking Luke Cage because damn, Marvel character. And
I'll be curious to see how they portray Johnny Cage.
Yeah.
Because in the game, he was always an asshole, but he was also the comic relief.
Yes. And see, that was the other thing I read with the writer. That's the reason why he didn't put Johnny Cage in, because of Kano being comic relief, kind of. Yeah. So he's like, you can't have both, because one of those two will disappear there. So you got to pick one. And I think they made the right call. I think going with Kano made more sense for this movie.
Well, and Kano and Sonya are always like rivals, like enemies.
Exactly. So that's what I said. I think that made a lot more sense,
Yeah.
But it was. I'm also I'm very curious now if main event McGee, when he goes to fight in if there's another movie, does Scorpion keep showing up? Is Scorpion his own thing now, or is he just gone?
I mean, I don't know.
Obviously they didn't really. I mean, we see that he goes away.
Because I mean, Scorpion's always like a spirit of vengeance.
Yeah.
And he kills Sub-Zero.
Right. So he got his revenge.
But in like game term, if you want to go with the game lore, like once the original Sub-Zero dies, he becomes Noob Sabut, that like shadow ninja.
Yeah.
So he might come back.
Yeah. Oh, Sub-Zero I expect to come back for sure, like you said with that. And so I expect him to bring Scorpion back too. That dude was badass. The fight scenes between those two guys were pretty good. I really dug those.
Very well done.
Yeah, I like the fight. The fights were cool and all that kind of stuff. It was like you said. I went into it full on expecting to watch a movie that I would probably rate like 4 out of 10, and I feel like probably got maybe a little more than I expected, actually, because my expectations were pretty low.
Yeah, I mean, it was just fun.
Yeah, I think it was fun. I mean, is it a movie I'd watch over and over again? Probably not, but no. But it was a fun
cool
watch.
To see a rated R Mortal Kombat movie too.
Yes, and like I said, I popped at every fatality in there because I was like, "That's so cool!" I love that. They actually, like when you see Melina get blasted by Sonya, and then when she falls sideways and you can see through her, that's something from the game. Yep, and I was like, God, I love that they were. Like, let's do the fatalities like they are in the game. Like, we don't need to rebuild them. We don't need to do anything crazy. We can do exactly what they did in the game. And I'll be honest, the first thing that shocked me in the movie was when Jax mushed the dude's head, and there was so much blood.
Yeah.
I was like, because it was like, I remember when we were kids, the first time you got a fatality, and you're like, oh my God, because no game had anything like that before that. So, yeah. I also love the fact that when they first said Mortal Kombat, that the main character was like, "What?" They even spelled it wrong, and I'm like, "Oh, that was so good." Because I remember when the game first came out, and everybody was like, "They spelled combat wrong," It was so good.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too. So what would you give it? Like out of I don't know.
Are we doing 5 or 10?
We'll do 10, I guess, since I already kind of threw a number out there. But
I'm gonna give it. 7 fatalities.
Nice. I was gonna go with a 6, and again, I'm not saying like on an every movie scale it's a 6, but in this kind of movie, I thought it was fun, and I thought it did what it was supposed to do, which is give us a bunch of just senseless violence and set us up. I mean, like I said, I appreciate what they were doing with the storyline. But I almost would have just preferred they left that guy completely out and just had Scorpion in the movie. But, whatever. It's fine.
Yeah, I honestly thought that guy was going to kind of like turn into Scorpion.
That's what I thought was happening when he started like glowing red and stuff.
You know what he reminded me of, though? Because I just watched this movie again the other day.
What's that?
I watched A Man with the Iron Fists.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because it is, I think it's on HBO.
Oh, okay.
And a very young... guy, I can't remember his name now. Who's the guy who plays Drax the Destroyer? Dave Bautista.
Yeah.
A very young Dave Bautista is in Man with the Iron Fist. He plays this character called Brass Body.
Oh wow, I don't even remember that. Okay.
And it's like as soon as whenever like a something hits Brass Body,
yeah,
his body turns into brass and his fingers bounces off it. And I'm like, and when the dude's aura is basically the same idea.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's just Brass Body. That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was interesting though that, right? Like, and like you were saying, it's like, cause he didn't really get hit in the face so much. He kept getting hit in the body, but I was thought it was interesting that like he didn't develop any sort of a mask or helmet or something along those lines, you know?
Well, and if you remember at the very beginning of the movie, that one like old guy who ran the gym was like, the fucking human punching bag or whatever.
Yeah. That was the thing is like when they were like, remember when they were just beating the shit out of him, when Kano was just beating the shit out of him because they're trying to get his aura to come out. It was in my head. I'm like, because again, the human punching bag, I'm like, he can clearly just keep getting hit, you know? So yeah, I was, although it was kind of funny when they're the whole time at the beginning when he's like, I'm not the fighter I used to be. And we don't get any like backstory really, no closure on any of that.
No, it's like they just hinted he used to be like a champion. And
yeah, but now he sucks, basically.
Yeah,
he's fighting for $200. Yeah, it's like, it's so weird. And that one, they could have just left that out, I think. I don't know, but whatever.
Well, once we get the Zack Snyder cut.
Yeah.
We'll be all right.
Yes. Can't wait to get the black and white cut of this. They just leave the blood red.
That actually would be
that would be kind of neat, yeah.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I did enjoy it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I agree. You know,
I honestly thought too, all the sets when they were all iced up looked really good too.
They did, yeah. I thought that was something really neat with Sub-Zero, like when he showed up the first time to go after that guy, and it was snow flurries. But then you just see the ground, just everything around Sub-Zero was covered, and then he basically like then controlled all of it.
Yeah,
that was really cool because most of the stuff in the game, of course, is more him just throwing projectiles, and I think he can make like an ice weapon or something in some of the games.
I think they did that in one of the games.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously they did it in the movie.
Yeah, so
I think the coolest part, which was in the trailer too, though, was when he freezes Scorpion's blood and then stabs him with it.
Oh yeah, that was really cool. Yeah. What a dick move, man!
Old blood dagger.
Yeah, damn. Kill you with your own blood.
Exactly.
Ice cold, man. Ice cold. Literally.
Ice cold.
All right. So there you go. I mean, unless you got anything to add, I think we've.
No, I mean, I'll looking forward to the sequel because obviously they're setting it up, and I'm sure.
Me too, but
it seems like the streaming from home thing is really making people money, so I'm sure we'll see a sequel.
I think I saw that it did like $22 million in the box office, which normally would be low because you'd hope a movie like this would do quite a bit more,
of our current environment.
That was something I'm actually really curious of is as far as sequels go down the road, right? Like, because I know HBO paid a buttload of money to get the exclusivity on this. So they're going to make how many ever $100 million there probably. And then whatever the box office does. But I'm curious when it comes time to decide on sequels, how those decisions are going to be made. I mean, as people can go back to the theaters, I think you probably are going to have to treat the sequel like it's the first volley and go, well, we assume we'll make $100 million here.
Right.
Because, I mean, you picture a movie like that had to be, I don't know what it cost to make, but my guess would be a good chunk of money because of all the special effects.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So $22 million is probably not going to pay for the movie,
I could probably find out how much.
Actually, I think IMDb or some site like that. There's another site I think like that tells you all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, I'm very curious. So I did see last night though. I got to watch Godzilla Kong because there's only like 4 more days to watch it.
Oh yeah, Kemosabe jump on.
By the way, if you're gonna watch, for anyone out there, if you're gonna watch Mortal Kombat on HBO, you have a month. That's the window. So after that month, it will come out. It'll come back. But the way HBO's exclusivity works on these is they get it for roughly a month. It goes away for a while, and then it comes back.
Right.
But if you want to watch it soon, make sure it's within the next month because it'll go away for a little while.
For sure. Somewhere. I thought on IMDb I told you how much it cost to make the movie, but I can't seem to find it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
I'm just curious myself. But whatever.
Right.
Fuck it.
Well, here, I'm just gonna
Oh,
hit...
I don't have IMDb Pro. Maybe that's the deal.
I don't think so. I thought maybe. I don't know. Maybe they changed it. You used to be able to see. Okay, so I wasn't quite right. So the budget on it apparently was, well, two things show up here. One says 18, the other says 20. So we'll say in that range.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, it did 9 million opening day. Like I said, I think I read that 22.5 million is what it did at the box office. And then again, HBO paid whatever they paid for it, you know.
Right.
So it's cleared money, but not much at this point, probably. But it's also the first weekend, you know. So I'm very curious. Yeah, 44% on Rotten Tomatoes, 60% on Metacritic, and 5.8 out of 10 on IMDb apparently is the... Oh, no, sorry. That's the old Mortal Kombat. That's the 95 one with Christopher Lambert.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That one was not that good.
No. It was not. So, anyway, so there you go. Yeah. I guess with that, have beer, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Stay salty and stuff.
Yeah, and I Mortal Kombat!
Yeah, flawless victories and fatalities.
Yeah.
It would have been actually really funny if they would have done a friendship.
Yes. That would have been great.
Yeah, I would have laughed.
Friendship? Finish him.
Yeah, exactly. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we good.
Yep.